The Apache are a Native American people who have inhabited the southwestern United States and northern Mexico for thousands of years. They are divided into several groups, including the Chiricahua, the Mescalero, and the Western Apache. The Apache are known for their skilled horsemanship, archery, and guerrilla warfare tactics. The Apache people have a long and complex history. They have resisted colonization by the Spanish, Mexicans, and Americans for centuries. In the mid-19th century, the Apache were forced onto a reservation by the U.S. government. However, many Apache people resisted this forced removal and continued to fight for their freedom. One of the most famous Apache leaders was Geronimo. Geronimo was born in 1829 in the Badokahi band of the Chiricahua Apache. He was a skilled warrior and leader. In 1858, Geronimo's wife, children, and mother were killed by Mexican soldiers. This event further embittered Geronimo and led him to become a fierce warrior against both the Mexicans and the Americans. In 1874, the U.S. government forced the Chiricahua Apache onto the San Carlos Reservation in Arizona. However, Geronimo and many other Apache people refused to go to the reservation. They fled into the mountains and continued to fight for their freedom. For the next 10 years, Geronimo and his band of warriors evaded capture by the U.S. military. They raided settlements and fought numerous battles. In 1886, Geronimo and his followers were finally surrendered to the U.S. government. They were sent to Fort Marion in Florida as prisoners of war. Geronimo and his people spent the next 23 years as prisoners of war. They were eventually moved to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where Geronimo died in 1909. Coming up is a clip from a documentary that tells how 39 Apache Indians held off 5,000 American troops with artillery in the mountains in guerrilla warfare.
Modern appliances, we should be able to surpass all the advantages possessed by the savages. To try and capture the 39 Apaches, Miles put 5,000 men in the field. That was 1/4 of the regular army of the day. He intended to harass the Chiricahuas into submission. The diary of Dr. Leonard Wood tells just how difficult that proved to be. He wrote, "When we reached the Yaqui River country, it was found impossible to make use of the cavalry, the mountains being almost impassable. Started back to camp, reaching there about midnight, nearly breaking my neck over the side of a canyon down which my mule and I took an ugly roll. Chiricahuas had eluded the army for 6 months.
And to this day, when Americans do something that takes a lot of moxie, like parachuting out of an airplane or bungee jumping or God knows what, they often yell, Geronimo! And I think that's out of recognition and respect for the bravery and courage that Geronimo and his Apache Indians had.